I leave you guys unsupervised for 5 minutes, and look what you do. I can't trust you two together. 5 minutes, I leave the two of you alone. Look what you do. Mm. Probably help if I had some headphones. Okay, we got headphones. We got microphone. Now all we need is guests. And Rudy's here. What's going on up there? Don't need that warning. Oh, damn, I knew I forgot to do something. Okay. Got that set. All right. So far, so good. All right, where's Ron Bo and where's Kathy? Where's Linda? I forgot to check my email before I came in. I emailed Kathy to see if everything was all right. Hopefully, everything is cool. Why do I keep getting these warnings? I wonder why. It's telling me that I might be freezing up. Well, if it's freezing up, it's going to be on the YouTube end. I don't see anything freezing my picture. Huh. Haven't got that warning in a long time. Oh, well, we'll see what happens. Come on, Ronbo, did you forget to turn your clocks back? Are you running on the wrong time? Like me? I forgot all about it. Forgot all about it. And my buddy and his wife, they call me dead noon every Sunday, right at noon. It's like she sits there and then hits call. And I'm looking at the clock going, God damn, it's 1 o'clock and she still hasn't called. And then she calls and I said, boy, you're an hour late. And she goes, no. Didn't you turn your clocks back? I was like, oh, that was this weekend? And I had to run around and turn all the clocks back today. The only one I left on the microwave. I can never get that goddamn clock on that microwave set. And I didn't even, usually I look at my cell phone to see if I get any text message or anything. I didn't even pay any attention to the time. until it was time for my buddy's wife to call. And I started to give her hell. I said, "Oh, gee, what were you doing for an hour?" She says, "It's noon." I said, "Oh, didn't you turn your clocks back, dummy?" I said, "Nope." So I had to go around, turn all the except the microwave. Screw that thing. Yeah, good old daylight wasting time. What a pain in the ass. There's some states that don't do it. They voted to do away with daylight wasting time. You know, we don't really need it because it was originally for the farmers. Gee, no Kathy, no Runbo. I don't know if Arizona does daylight wasting time or not. I looked one time, there was a list of states that did away with daylight wasting time. I can't remember if Arizona was one of them. We should do away with it. You know, when they started it, it was like back in the 1900s, and it was for the farmers. Well, we haven't got that many farmers anymore. No Ron yet. No Kathy yet. I don't know if Linda will be here tonight or not. She just popped in yesterday for my birthday. Although it's really odd for Ron to be this late. Either he's doing something, he lost track of time, got sore feet. Runbo, where are you? Didn't you wish me happy birthday yesterday, or did we get all the birthday festivities out of the way before you knew that? Actually, it's just another goddamn day. Except it's a day I get a year older. Yeah, back when you're a teenage kid, you're like, oh God, I can't wait till I'm 21 and I can legally drink. I can. Now I'm like, I wish I was 21 again. And eh, I would have to know what I know now to be 21 again. Now I wouldn't make all them dumb, stupid ass mistakes that I made. Although I would like to have some of the cars back. Oh, God. Man, did I have cars back in the day. Of course, back when I was a, teenage kid, that you could buy a goddamn car for 50 bucks, 100 bucks. God, at one time I had 25 cars in my backyard. And they all ran. I had two 59 Thunderbirds. I had a 1963 Lincoln Continental convertible with the suicide doors. Oh, that was a car. I had three. Well, I had a 51 and two 52 Fords. I had a Datsun. What the hell was that Datsun? 1500 or something. I had a Fiat 650. I had a Renault Dauphine. Oh, that was a car. A Renault Dauphine. Had suicide doors on it. Was smaller than a Volkswagen Beetle. Come on, Ron, where are you? And Kathy? This is strange. 12 minutes in and no Ron Bo, no Kathy. Like I said, I think Linda just popped in to say happy birthday. God, I hope Ron's all right. He's got medical problems too. Huh. I'm trying to think if I have my email on this other computer, I could fire it up. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I have my email on this computer over here. Well, let me fire it up. Don't hurt to look. I can always shut it back down. Turn the mouse on. Okay, we got the cordless mouse going. And oh, this is that stupid. Oh, this damn. It's the only monitor I have that you have to turn it on with a remote. It's actually a TV and a monitor combined, but you have to turn it on with a remote. Otherwise, it don't turn on. All right, come on, boot up. Oh, no. I don't have bullshit now. Oh, I don't have my email account on this computer. Ah. That sucks. Oh well. I'll let it warm up and then I'll shut it back down. I'm going to have to install my email on this thing. Oh, I wonder why I never put it on this. Oh well. Shut it back down. Oh, don't need no updates either. Well, that's good. Okay, shut down. See you, bye. Turn the cordless mouse off. There we go. I like this cordless mouse. I got it at T-Mobile. $4. Cordless mouse. And it's that ergonomic type. Works like a charm. Oh, this is odd. 16 minutes in, no Ron, no Kathy. It's real strange. God, I hope he's all right. Not like Ron to be this late. Huh. Yeah, I hope he's all right because he lives by himself. So if he has a medical problem, I don't know if he's got one of them life alert buttons or not. Hmm. I'm going to have to put my email account on that computer. I have to do that tomorrow. Take too long right now. I don't know why I never did. Oh, I know why. I know why. I know why. Because I wasn't originally going to keep this computer going over here. Let me fire it back up. I gotta check something anyway. Mouse on. Are we on or off? Okay, we're on. Stupid. Stupid machine. Okay. Let's go here. Oh, I don't want that. Get out of here. Hey. Oops. Oops. Okay. Well, according to this, it's 5:19 in Arizona. And it's 6:19 in Tennessee, which means both Ron and Kathy should be up. checking my official U.S. time map. And it's only 3:20 in the afternoon in Alaska. And 2:20 in Hawaii. Ronbo, where are you? Kathy, where are you? This is strange. Yeah, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas. All 620. It's one of the biggest time regions out of all of them. Well, no, because if you take the eastern states, you have all them little tiny ones like New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, all them little itty bitty states. Like my cousin in Rhode Island, she says it takes like an hour to drive across the state. Of course, Rhode Island's so tiny. What's tinier, Rhode Island or New Hampshire or Vermont or Connecticut? All them little itty bitty states. Oh, I know why I never put my email on this. I was using this to watch the Eagles. Yeah. I was watching Eagles out in, oh God, what the hell is that national park out in California? I can't think of the name of it now. It was kind of cool. The Eagles returned back. They cleaned out the nest. And then she laid 3 eggs. And they were doing a countdown. And then one egg hatched. And then a couple days later, the second egg hatched. And then it was about a week later, the third egg. And then they had a goddamn snowstorm. And the third eaglet kind of got froze. But she had 2 other healthy ones. It was fun watching them. I can't wait till next year nesting time. Matter of fact, it was hilarious when the 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 first eaglet took off and he did a beautiful circle and then came back and landed on the tree. Well, not to be outdone, his brother was in the nest, hopping up and down, flapping his wings, and then he fell out of the nest. And then finally he landed on a lower tree, saved himself. But it was hilarious when he was flapping his wings and jumping up and down, and a burst of wind came and blew him out of the nest. He wasn't ready to take off. And then as soon as Mom and Dad were sure that they were able to hunt on their own, Mom and Dad took off. They won't be back to the nest until next year nesting time. But it was fun watching them from the minute they laid the eggs until they hatched. And both Mom and Dad took turns sitting on the eggs. That was what was neat. Dad would come over and go, "Up, you want to go eat? I'll sit." Mom would fly off. Dad would be sitting there on them eggs. Mom would come back. He'd be like, "Oh, about time. I'm going to the bar. See ya." I don't know if they have an eagle bar, but he took off. Actually, he only went up a couple limbs. Just out of camera range. The only time when they switched camera, they had a long distance camera. He never really left. He would go hunt. Man, I'll tell you what, did he come back with some... God, he came back with a goddamn salmon. That thing had to be 2 foot long. Come in, dropped it on the nest. Mom kind of looked at him like, "You had to put that right there?" Well, this is starting to bother me. Where are you, Ron? Where are you, Kathy? This is odd. I'm not being able to access my damn email. I don't know if Ron sent me an email saying he wasn't going to be here. I usually check it before the show. Can I access it off my police tablet? No. I didn't put it on that. I don't think I put it on my police laptop either. I am going to have to put it on this computer tomorrow. Because I could have checked email right now. Oh well. Yeah, let me shut this thing down. No need having it on. Well, that's kind of cool. All right. Shut down. Power shut down. See you bye. Turn off mouse. Save battery. That's that. And let me move this out of the way. Let me grab my coffee. are you, Ron? Now he's got me worried. Because he doesn't have any neighbors around him he can call or anything if he's having a medical problem. I shouldn't be thinking that way, but he's had some serious health issues in the past. And I know they're having a problem regulating his blood pressure. Between the health issues and his foot problems, I feel sorry for the guy. But Kathy's really worried me, although she might have answered my email and dumbass me, didn't check it. Because I emailed her this morning and I said, hey, we missed you for the big birthday extravaganza. Where are you guys? Although my YouTube is showing, well, 2 people signed in, but that could be somebody that doesn't want to get in the chat. That could be just someone lurking backstage. But it is showing 2 people signed in. Whoever you are, second person, pop in the chat and say hi. Is it showing 2 of you backstage? Rudy's 1. Who's number 2? Yeah, it's showing 2 people, you and somebody else, but whoever else is signed on right now doesn't want to identify themselves in the chat. $110 subscribers and 2 viewers. Oh, what a show tonight. I'm going to have to get... Oh, man, I was worried about you. Glad you're here. You all right? Did you just lose track of time? I was getting kind of concerned because I know you're out there by yourself, and I don't know if you talked to any of your neighbors. I was praying that it was not a serious reason you weren't here. All right. I'm feeling better now, Ron. I was worried. And I emailed Kathy this morning, and my dumbass, I forgot to check before showtime to see if she answered my email. I'm hoping everything's all right on her end. Do you have daylight wasting time out there? I know some states voted it down. They don't want it no more. Although I think it's stupid because it was originally for the farmers to give them a little, little more light in the morning so they could get out and hit the fields. Well, we don't have that many farmers anymore. I know Ohio had it on the ballot a couple times, and they voted it down. No, we'll leave it the way it is. What a crock of bullshit. No, I didn't change any of mine. I forgot it was this weekend, Ron. And my buddy and his wife called me at noon on Sunday. And I mean, she like watches the clock. Bing, noon. My phone rings. I look up at the clock going, God damn, it's almost 1 o'clock and she hasn't called yet. It hits 1 o'clock, the phone rings. I'd like, were you and your husband out for breakfast? She said, no, why? I said, well, it's 1 o'clock. She said, no, it's noon. Didn't you change your clocks? No. I had to run around the house, change all the goddamn clocks. And it's a pain in the ass when you have a clock in every room. Although I got a deal on clocks on Temu. They were on special, 2 for $5. I ordered 6. I have a clock in every goddamn room in this house, and I had to go change all 6 of them. You know, Ron, that vulture head is a little dangerous. I had my keys in my pocket, and I forgot to take them out of my pocket when I slid in the car, and that beak poked me in the leg. I was like, holy shit, what just stabbed me? That sucker's sharp. Although I showed it to my when I went up to Mark's, my one little cutie cashier was at the service desk. And I said, look at this. What do you think of this? She said it would be a nice charm for her charm bracelet. I was like, you young kids still do charm bracelets? She said, oh yeah. So I think I might order her one. I'll surprise her one day. I'll say, hey, look, a grumpy eagle, a vulture charm for your charm bracelet. I didn't know, back in the day, when we were in high school, I think every girl had a charm bracelet. I didn't think the younger girls did that, but she said she's got one. So I think I'll try to weasel out of her when her birthday is. And I'll order her one. Matter of fact, I almost fell over. Because I told her I haven't seen her in like a week, and I was kind of worried. And she said, let me give you a big hug. I was like, oh, man. A little tenderoni hugging the old man. I told her, I said, you're a good hugger. I said, can I get another one? She went, oh, yeah. Ron, there's nothing like being 74 years old and having a 19-year-old tenderoni give you 2 tight hugs. Man, that made my day, made my month, made my year. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I told her, I said, hey, I've been missing you. Let me give you a hug. After I recovered from the first hug, I said, can I have another one? Yeah. Everybody was standing there going, oh, look at that dirty old man over there at the service desk. I don't care. I actually felt my blood pressure go up. It was like, whoa. I was getting lightheaded there for a minute. Not too many 19-year-olds run up and hug me. Most of them are like, get the fuck away from me, you dirty old man. She's a cutie. Although I wish she would make up her mind what color her hair is going to be. Seems like every 2 weeks it's a different goddamn color. Now she's a natural brunette. She had dyed her hair during the summer. It was kind of an auburn, and it was gorgeous. And then next thing you know, she's a blonde. I was like, what are you doing? And then I come in the next time, it was pink. I told her, I says, you're going to run into a problem where your hair is going to start to fall out. You can't keep dyeing and dyeing and dyeing your hair. But her natural color is brunette. But she had gotten this auburn type hair color, and it was beautiful on her because it had a little red sheen in it. And I said, you actually look good as a redhead. As much as I dislike redheads. And then the next time I come in, it's blonde. I was like, oy vey. Now she's letting it grow out. So it's brunette down to about her ears. And then from her ears to her shoulders is blonde. But I told her, I said, don't dye it. Let it grow out. I said, when the brunette gets to your shoulders, then cut it. And then leave it alone. But this is the way these young girls are now. Oh, I don't like the color of my hair. I wish I was a blonde. I told her, I said, I don't want to hurt your feelings. You do not look good as a blonde. And she go, really? I said, yeah. I said, let me put it in my terms. You look like a bimbo. She said, what's that mean? I said, gargle it. She does not look good as a blonde at all. I told her, I says, go back to your natural color, sweetheart. But, all these girls are like, well, blondes get more attention. I said, do you want that kind of attention? I says, guys your age, and I said, you can slap me if you want. I said, I'm going to tell it to you straight. Guys your age don't care what color your hair is. I says, all they're interested in is to see if they can get in your pants. Because 19-year-old guys are horn dogs. I says, all they want to do is put another notch in their belt. Got that one. Got that one. Yep. Oh, you can have the redheads, Ron. I always had a fascination for redheads. I really did. Until I married one. Holy shit. Her temper was as hot as her red hair. What a psycho. Oh, she was crazy. I couldn't wait to divorce that one. Oh, matter of fact, that one ruined me. I said, no more. No more. That's it. No more. I didn't even want nothing to do with women. And now they're all too young for me. Well, I hope your redhead is more level-headed than mine was. Oh, she was crazy, Ron. Oh, oh. She used to sleep. Get this. She would sleep with a loaded 38 under her pillow. So I would sleep with a loaded 357 under mine. I was afraid it was going to be the gunfight at the OK Corral one night. Oh, she was crazy. Oh, crazy. She should have been probated. That was number 4. I was dumb enough to do it 4 times. But she ruined me from ever doing it 5, I'll tell you that. There were years, I wouldn't even look. And then Ron, all your friends feel sorry for you. And they try to fix you up with, oh, you should meet my cousin. Or you should meet my sister. No, I don't want to meet nobody. Oh, my buddy kept trying to fix me up with his sister. I was like, nothing against your sister. I don't want any more females in my life. I don't. I said that redhead ruined me. Oh, come on, meet my sister. He says, I'm going to have a cookout next weekend. All right. So I show up at the cookout, and he introduces me to his sister. And halfway through the cookout, I said to him, okay, I've met your sister. Were you going to ask her out? No. Oh, you'll have a wonderful time. No. Oh, come on, one date. No. I said, if you mention it one more time, I'm going home. And I'll take my burgers with me. I uh, I didn't want to meet, and no. And now they're all too young for me. believe me, when she gave me the second hug, I was like, oh God, can I be 19 again? I opened my eyes, I was still 74, old enough to be her grandfather. But she's a good hugger. Every time I go in the store, I'm going to ask her, can I have another hug? God, I thought she was going to break my neck the second time. Wow. That girl can give you a hug. I really wanted to reach around and I was like, no, you'll get in trouble. Had I reached around and pulled her towards me, I wouldn't have wanted to let go. You're going home with me. After the second hug, when I told her, I said, you're a hell of a good hugger, she just stood there and giggled. That's a sign they're too young for you when they giggle. But I think I'm going to try to weasel her birthday out of her. And then I'll order her a vulture. I know I saved the website. Where the hell did I put it? It was over. I thought I put it over here. There it is. I know I saved it. BravoBells.net. I was going to go on there and look today. I forgot. I got to keep this out. Keep it out where I see it. Because if I put it away, like I just stuck it back there in the file. Did you hear from Kathy at all, Ron? Like I say, I emailed her this morning and I forgot to check my goddamn email. I hope everything's all right with her or her daughters or her granddaughter. Because I know her granddaughter's been having some health problems. And she's got a grandson that's, he's got some health. Well, I think he's nonverbal too. I'm kind of concerned. Yeah, I told you. You asked me after you sent it. I'm trying to think of somebody to use it on. You haven't heard from her? Oh. Boy, it was nice seeing Linda here last night, giving me birthday greetings. I appreciated that. Boy, she made it kind of clear she doesn't like Timu. Uh-oh. What the hell's going on with the microphone? All of a sudden the microphone took a dive on me here. I didn't even see it sag. Yeah, I look down and the microphone's almost in my lap. I don't know why this mount is giving me problems. Although the mic is a little too heavy for this mounting. I have to get the other arm. This one is for a lightweight microphone, and this one has got some weight to it. That's part of the problem when you have 30 microphones. You have to buy mounting arms that will support heavier microphones. I've got a couple of microphones. They got to weigh like 5 pounds. I had to go out. You should see the mounting arm I had to buy for the damn thing. Looks like a girder from a skyscraper. Yeah, it sucks, Ron. We're all having health problems. It really sucks. You get this age, like I tell my friends, back when we were young, our calendar was filled with dances and parties. And now our calendar's filled with doctor's appointments, blood draws. I don't know. I never asked him. I don't know if they have like dogs, dog years, bird years. I got them off some website. I can't remember what stuffed animal website it was. I think I just Googled stuffed vultures. Stuffed vulture toys or something like that. And they come up with a website, and the guy had all kinds of different teddy bears and puppy dogs and kitty cats. And then it just happened to have a vulture. I was like, a vulture? Yeah, I think I paid like $8.99 for them a couple of years back. I wanted something unique. You know, like the NBC Peacock. I've got the WDWL TV Vulture. Matter of fact, Ron, I had asked Nomad if he could do me a drawing like the NBC Peacock but with vulture heads. He never did. I'm going to have to. He never got back to me. I wanted like the NBC Peacock, but with all vulture heads instead of peacock heads. Yeah, I'm lucky this week. No appointments. Well, I got 2 the week after. Matter of fact, I got a call. I have to go in one day. Get this. to have a nurse take my blood pressure because he's got me on this goddamn blood pressure medication. Well, there's a Metro clinic 5 minutes from me, right up the street. He wants me to drive to freaking Parma. I'm not going to drive all the way to Parma to walk in, stick my arm out, the nurse go, okay, have a nice day, and then drive all the way home. No. I'm going to call tomorrow and say, hey, you know, Ron, that's why I basically I stay to myself. You know, the only time I would go in chats would be like with G2 or Stone Vet, uh, you know, Hill Street Pirates, and I haven't been on any of them. I've been staying to myself. Oh Christ, no! In Bath, Ohio, that's not that. Oh, that's not that far. Jesus Christ, what is with people? Well, did they give an excuse? Like the last one, the guy didn't like Mormons. So he drives through the building. Where was it a church? I don't know what is with people are fucking crazy nowadays. Like that last idiot. I don't like Mormons. Bang, 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 bang. That makes a lot of sense. And like that one guy that was driving to different temples. No, see, I didn't. You know, usually on this computer over here, usually I'll have like CNN or Associated Press. I didn't even turn the thing on today. Because you know, with the AP News Channel and CNN, if they have a breaking story anywhere, they come right, you know. And I didn't bother to have it on. Although I got tired of not having a mirror on the driver's door, so I went out and tore the door apart and put my mirror on that I bought. Now I have mirrors on both doors. Because it's a bitch backing in the driveway. Although I got the backup camera and the mirror on the right door, but I missed the mirror on the left door. So today I finally went, oh, screw it. I'm putting it on. 9 wounded. Oh, Jesus Christ. What? People are fucking nuts. Plain and simple. You know, back in the day, if we had an argument with somebody, we used these. And, you know, it's just going to screw up our rights as owners of certain devices. I mean, I'm pro Second Amendment, believe me. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I carry because the state of Ohio said I can. No, it's still sitting at the dealership. They're waiting for that stupid alarm computer. Oh, even better. They haven't caught the guy. Oh, Jesus. The only good thing that can come out of it is, you know, they locate him and he barricades himself somewhere, and the SWAT team goes in and eliminates having a trial and us having to support him in a prison for the rest of his life. Western justice. Yeah, I talked to my neighbor yesterday. I said, I haven't seen the white truck yet. He says, well, go to Metro Toyota. It's sitting outside the service department. I said, oh, okay. They're waiting for a computer to come from whatever supplier makes them for Toyota. Because none of the dealers had one. Oh, even better, a birthday party. Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess when I get done, I'll have to gargle it. And Bath, Ohio, isn't that big of a. It's a little podunk. I'm trying to think. Years back, there was some tourist trap down there in Bath. I can't remember what it was. Back in the day, I remember somewhere down we had. It was called the Blue Hole, and it was a hole. There was a big fence around it, and it was a puddle of water. Now, it was a pretty good size, and they said it was like bottomless, and it was a real tourist trap. And then over the years, people lost interest in it, and they ended up tearing everything down on the property, and I think they've got it fenced off. But you can't go down there and pay money to look at a giant puddle. Yeah, when I was a kid, we went to the fabulous Blue Hole, bottomless. It was like a sinkhole full of water. You stood there, looked over the fence. People would throw money in it. And then, of course, you went into the gift shop, you know. Get your Blue Hole memorabilia, postcards, keychains. There goes that goddamn microphone again. I don't know why it keeps. I look away from it and it goes. Yeah. My microphone arm needs some my Viagra. Really? Like a mansion? I didn't. Well, yeah, down in uh, down in that area of Ohio, there were a lot of influential people. I don't know why Bath, Ohio, although we had some, we had Carnegie here, the big Carnegie Mansion. I think they turned it into a museum. I'll look it up. Yeah, my microphone needs Viagra to keep it up. I don't know why. Well, I know why. The microphone is too heavy for the arm assembly that I've got it on. I just kind of threw this together quickly. It should be on that I beam out of the Empire State Building. I mean, I don't want to try tightening it because I'll strip the goddamn screw here and then I throw the thing away. I'll have to switch. Well, I'm planning on switching microphones tomorrow. Kathy wanted me to rotate the microphones. This one is called the Ghost. The Thron Max Ghost. It's a nice microphone. I like it because it changes color. I've got a couple of them. This is the one that is the brightest. That red one, there's so much cage work around it, you can't see it change color. That's why I like this one. This is one of them that my buddy bought and never used. He liked it because it had LEDs in it and changed color. Never took it out of the box. The guy was unbelievable. He would buy a microphone, open the box, oh, close the box, go out in the laundry room slash storage, and put it on a shelf. He must have had over 100 microphones. I took some of the higher end ones, and his son His son and a couple of buddies, they took the rest of them. Because originally his wife was just going to donate it all to Goodwill. I was like, no, don't do that. But I would have loved to had his studio equipment. He had a professional console with a professional mixer and studio microphones mounted on really expensive arms. But his son took all of that, which that's fine with me. Because the son's going to put it in his basement and do something with it. But at least none of the microphones went to people that weren't going to use them. I'll never forget talking to my buddy's wife, and she goes, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with all that stuff. I guess I'll just donate it all to Goodwill. Oh, my God. I had to give myself CPR. I said, Agnes, no. Well, what am I going to do with it? I said, call your son, first of all. And I'll take some of them. I offered to buy them. She went, no. I was hoping Kathy was going to be here. I was all set with the background. I was going to tell her. I let the pets out in the backyard for 5 minutes, and look what they do. They knock a hole in the studio wall. That one's T, and that one's Rex. My pets. Let them out in the yard, unsupervised for 5 minutes. And the two of them got to get in trouble. Look what they do. They knock a hole in the wall. Now they're standing there, drooling, going, which one of us is going to bite his head off first? I keep telling them, eat the bird. They're just standing there with drool dripping out of their mouth going, oh, one false move and he's mine. Yeah, my neighbor's home. Come on, park it. Park it. Park it. Okay. I have to listen to that all night long. Because his company, they tow for like 10 different motor clubs. The only one they don't tow for, well, two, AAA and All-State Motor Club. And it's in the winter, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm glad that he's busy, his company's making money. But I hear that 1 in the morning, beep, 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 beep. He no sooner gets in the house and warms up in the, during the winter. 1:45, beep, 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 beep. Although in the winter, he don't bring this little dinky flatbed home. he brings home the big Godzilla, the big Peterbilt wrecker, because he does towing off the turnpike. If some trucker breaks down, he goes out with Godzilla. Big honking. Ugh. But I told him he was a sissy. He said, "What do you mean, sissy?" I said, "An automatic. In that big honking Peterbilt, an automatic transmission." I said, "You're a disgrace. Should have a 13-speed in it." But he told me, you have to special order a manual transmission nowadays. They automatically build everything with a goddamn automatic in it. If you want a manual, you have to special order it, and then it takes like an additional 6 months to get the truck. Because they're all doing away with goddamn manual transmissions. I said, if I had to pay $400,000 for a tow truck, I want a 13-speed Road Ranger in it. Oh, it's a beautiful truck. Big honking monster. With an automatic. I was like, "You sissy." He goes, "Well, I know how to use my left foot." I said, "How come you got to..." Because it was sitting outside the factory. They pre-build these things. He needed a big honking. He went down south somewhere. I'll take that one. Plus, it was his company color, red. I said, "How boring." Around here, that's all you see. Either red tow trucks or black tow trucks. I said, "Don't they make like metallic blue, grabber green?" Maybe two-tone. If I had tow trucks, they'd be classy. They'd be two-tone. Or maybe even three-tone. Good old 1970s Mustang grabber green. Green and yellow. Green with some yellow stripes. Yeah, Mustang grabber green. Although they didn't call it, I had a 78 Econoline van. They didn't call it grabber green. It was something else, but it was a beautiful emerald green metallic. That's what color I'd paint a tow truck, not boring red or black. But see, at the factories, that's the way they do them. Black, red, white. If you want blue or green or orange or yellow, you have to special order it. Like he said, I went down, That one right there. No, John Deere don't have metallic. This emerald green was a gorgeous metallic. John Deere looks like construction green. But I'm tired of seeing boring tow trucks. Red, black, white. Come on, if you're going to have a towing company, put some paint jobs on there that stand out. Although there is one towing company around here that's got, they got a bigger one than he's got. Goddamn truck is about 40 foot long. Got flames down the side. Looks pretty sharp. What are you making for dinner tonight, Ron? I'm having another hot Italian sausage hoagie smothered in mushrooms, green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, and onions. Oh, that was a good sandwich last night. Oh, man. See, we have two companies here in Ohio. One is Lew's, and the other one is Flegner. Flegner. Flegners. And I'll tell you what, it's for the hot Italian sausage. Flegner's is better than Lew's. I like them both. Matter of fact, I got to talk to the assistant manager at Mark's and see if I can order Flegner's, they make the Hungarian sausage that I've been making with sauerkraut. I want to see if I can get about 5 pounds. Ask them if they can order it for me. That way I can have some on hand in the freezer. Yeah, I cooked all the Italian sausage up yesterday. So all I got to do is pop everything in the microwave, get it nice and hot, slice my fresh baguette, put the old Italian sausage on there, put a little spaghetti sauce, heap it with peppers and onions, and have a feast. Oh, that was good last night. Oh, man. So I have enough baguette left for the other 2 big pieces of hot Italian sausage. So I'll make one tonight, and I'll make the other one tomorrow. And then it'll be Hungarian sausage and sauerkraut in the crock pot. For Wednesday and Thursday. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Although I do have a taste for pizza. I think I'll order out. I think Friday night I'm going to order me a pizza. I'll go up to Marco's Order me a deluxe. No, Ron has pie for his birthday. I couldn't, no, none of the bakeries would make one Boston cream pie. See, we don't have them mom and pop shops anymore. That's what pisses me off. We used to, before the old virus hit, we had four different mom and pop bakeries. You could walk in and say, I want a Boston cream pie for tomorrow. And tomorrow it would be there. But when the damn virus hit, it killed all of them. They couldn't survive. Four wonderful mom and pop bakeries went out of business. Now the only bakery we have is Gigantic Eaglet. And they won't do shit. The woman said, one? I said, yeah, one. Nah, we can't do that. I said, see ya. I'll have to check. I'll have to go on the website and see if they have specialty pizzas on sale. Last time I ordered one, they had them. $5 off a specialty pizza. I go, good, give me a large. With everything. I like Marco's because they're one of the few pizza shops that will put green olives on a pizza. Everybody else does black olives. No, I want green olives. They do green olives. Because the guy knows me when I order. He goes, you want extra? Yes. They make a good deluxe pizza. Mushrooms, onions, green peppers, pepperoni, sausage. And they have delicious crust. Oh, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. Gee, what do you got? What do you got you can throw together for dinner, Ron? Don't say chicken. Oh, come on. Get inventive. Although you had cheeseburgers. Did you eat all the cheeseburgers? Damn it, I was at Mark's today and I forgot ground beef. See, getting a hug from my little cutie made me forget about the ground beef. I was going to get some and mix up some burgers. Maybe instead of pizza, I'll do that for the weekend. I'll get a couple pounds of ground meat. Oh, you know what? Even better. I'll make a meatloaf. I haven't made meatloaf in ages. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Friday, I'm going to go up to the butcher shop because they make meatloaf mix. The grocery stores don't carry meatloaf mix because meatloaf mix is 1/3 ground beef, 1/3 ground veal, and 1/3 ground pork. That's a meatloaf. People think, oh, just grab some hamburger, put it in the pan, there you go. No, real meatloaf is a mixture of 3 meats. And what I do is I put a little bit of breadcrumbs and some A1 steak sauce, and then some salt and pepper, and mix all of it together. Crack an egg in it, mix it all together again, and then put it in the pan. Then you make a slit down the middle, and then I pour in some A1 steak sauce, and then bake it in the oven. And if I want to do it the way my grandmother did it, put hard-boiled eggs in the middle of the meatloaf. It always looked cool when she sliced it. In the middle of the meatloaf would be hard-boiled egg. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a meatloaf with hard-boiled eggs in the middle. Because I got 6 dozen eggs. They were two dozen extra large for $3. That's $1.50 a dozen. I got 6 dozen. Although I'm going to take a dozen and make pickled beets and eggs. That's what a dozen's going to be set aside for. Because I've got everything I need to make the beet brine. That's why I'm gonna make a meatloaf for the weekend. That way, Friday and Saturday, I can have hot meatloaf, and then Sunday, I can have open face meatloaf sandwiches. That's it. Yeah, I always thought it was cool, Ron, that, the first time I ever saw, because my mother, she would just make a bland meatloaf. And then one weekend when I was over there, she made a meatloaf and she sliced it. I was like, hard boiled egg? She went, well, yeah, that's the way you make it. I said, it's not my mother. And even she said, your mother don't know how to cook. I've never done it with stuffing. That could be interesting. I'll have to try it sometime. Or corn? I've never heard of it that way. But with hard boiled egg in the middle, that's a meatloaf, man. That sounds, yeah. Instead of burgers, I'm going to do meatloaf for the weekend. Because I'll have enough sauerkraut for a while. Sauerkraut is nature's colon drano. It's like wake up in the morning and don't fart, you'll shit yourself. That's the only problem with sauerkraut. Nature's natural drano. Although at this age, it's good to have a good clean out now and then. Sauerkraut, nature's roto-rooter. I mentioned that to my neighbor, and she thought it was disgusting. I said, well, it's true. Eat a big plate of sauerkraut and see what happens in the morning. Matter of fact, I got a buddy. If he thinks he's a little clogged up, before he goes to bed, he drinks a glass of sauerkraut juice. He buys it by the can. Frank's kraut juice. Comes in a 15-ounce can. Pours himself a 8-ounce glass. Next morning he wakes up and it's like, don't nobody get out of the way. I'm coming through. Little nature drano. That's why Germans were always so healthy. They ate a lot of nature's drano. All right, Rudy. See you tomorrow. I hope Kathy's all right. Or the family. Boy, it's got me worried now, Ron. This is 2 nights in a row. Because if she was going on vacation, she'd have said something. Although she might have answered my email and I just didn't see it, you know. I usually check my email shortly before I come on. And I didn't do it tonight. And I should have because I emailed her first thing this morning. Seeing if everything was all right. Because, you know, she's got health problems, her daughter, her grandkids. So it could be anything. Or maybe she just went away for the weekend. Now, see what's interesting, Ron? Up in my corner, it shows 3 people signed in to the show, but only 1 in the chat. I have two people lurking in the background out there that are afraid to come in the chat and say hi. And if it's you, duck, although I gotta show you my car. I keep watching to see if you're out on the front porch. You haven't seen my Passat. Neither is Timmy. I gotta go show it to Timmy. My hot rod, my turbocharged hot rod. And now that 93 octane gas is running through it, it's getting better. Not that much turbo lag. Although tomorrow, first thing in the morning, it's got to go up. And they're going to find out why I have spongy brakes. Although just in case, I bought a new master cylinder. Because I already told them, I said, any doubt, change it. I said, if you think there might be a problem with it, change it. Because I ordered the oil in the filter. It was supposed to be delivered today. Pissed me off. I take advantage of the auto parts stores, Ron. If it says free delivery, why should I bother going to the store? I buy it online, bring it to my door. And as much as I hated to, I ordered synthetic. That's what it calls for. Yeah, 5W40 synthetic oil. I ordered Castrol. That's all I ever use. I think it's the best oil on the market. Castor oil for years made just oil for race cars. And then they started making oil for the public. So I don't care, Pennzoil, race proven. No, Castor Oil was making racing oil years before Pennzoil and the rest of them. Yeah, you know why, Ron? Because you can only get same day delivery if you had Prime. Well, since the price of Prime went up to like $150 a year, a lot of people are subscribing to Prime. So then Amazon starts losing business. So they're like, okay, we don't care whether you're Prime or not, we'll deliver. Like me, I would cheat. They would say, try Prime free for 30 days. Well, I would try Prime. I would order whatever I wanted. It got delivered the next morning, and then I'd cancel the Prime. So they finally wised up. But I happened to hit it just right at AutoZone. If I ordered the oil and filter combination, it got delivered for free. But it was supposed to be here today. Because that way I'd have had the oil and the filter in the car, and I'd have said, well, while you got it here working on the brakes, change the oil and filter. Now I'm going to have to go back because I want, although evidently before he parked that car, he must have had an oil and filter change because the filter is brand new and the oil looks like the car's never been run. But it's 4-year-old oil. And when, something sits like that, it gets moisture in the goddamn oil pan. And I just dump that oil, put fresh in. UPS on Sunday? You got USPS on Sunday? Really? Wow. Now I know. Now FedEx will deliver on Sunday. Amazon delivers 7 days a week. But that's interesting. Oh, get this, Ron. I put the other sign out. Okay? The one that says, stop, do not leave packages here. And I put it right next to the sign that says, deliveries to side door with the arrow. I get a delivery today. You know where the package is? Underneath both signs. Sitting underneath both signs. It's obvious one of two things. They can't read, or they're just plain out fucking lazy to take a few more steps and put it in my milk chute. It was sitting right underneath both signs. That was uni. Uni drivers evidently can't read English because the package was directly underneath both signs. I actually had a laugh. I was like, how many signs do I have to put out here? Underneath both of them. The two signs are side by side. Package was directly underneath both signs. I guess I'm going to have to rent a billboard with a big arrow. Package delivery, side milk chute. It's getting hilarious. I guess what I'm going to have to do is put a roll of barbed wire in front of my, like you see on the battlefield, a big roll of concertina wire, razor wire, right in front of my porch. Place the package directly underneath both signs. I was going to take a picture. I really was. Although they shoot pictures. That's what's unbelievable. Because tomorrow I'll go on the website and bitch, and I'll tell them, look at the photos. They take pictures. Look what it says. Packages side door with an arrow, with a sign next to it that said, stop. Do not deliver packages here. All my neighbors think I'm nuts. How come you got all them signs? Because they don't deliver to the side door. And it's obvious adding another sign didn't do any good. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. But Uni, SpeedX, and GoFo are all Asian. Every driver that I've had from those companies is Asian. And they hardly speak English. If they can read the address and the street name, they should be able to read, don't deliver the package here. I guess I'm going to order one more. I'm going to order one more. And I'll put it on the other side, and that way there'll be 3. And let's see what happens. Because I had got an email that said your package is out for delivery. Well, it got to be like 5 o'clock. I looked in the milk chute, no package. So I come in, I made a cup of coffee, I sat down, I opened my email and it said, your package has been delivered. And then I looked at the pictures. And I went, I don't believe this. And there it was, sitting on the front porch under both signs. It's laughable. It really is. It's sad. That's the way things are today. Nobody gives a shit. It's just plain lazy is what it is. Just lazy. They don't want to take a few extra steps. Well, I think it's that time, Ron. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, buddy. I hope your feet don't act up tonight. And we will meet again right here tomorrow night. See you, buddy. Take care.